Holland.
We have
St.
what?
Maria Goretzka Katende.
We have Holland.
Holland. On
We have
Netherlands.
Holland, stroke Netherlands. You hope me, Pato, I'm writing the wrong SP. Yeah. And let me see any other country. Janice, Nanduga, do you have anything to say? Because I'm seeing people are still putting up their hands. Yes? Nanduga?
Belgium.
Belgium, which school?
Wampeontake SS.
Wampeontake. Yeah, thank you. We have Belgium. Yeah. Any other country remaining? Fato, we have any other, I think? Congolese. Congolese. Yes. Congolese, do you have any submission? Italy. Okay, thank you, Congolese, for your contribution. Namaganda, Kisha. Namaganda, I have allowed you to talk.
Italy.
Okay, thank you, Congolese, Italy. Namaganda. 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 Namaganda, I have allowed you. Okay, thank you for your contribution. As we see, we have identified Luxembourg, Germany, Switzerland, Holland, Belgium. These are the countries that make up Rhinelands. Okay, for us specifically, we are going to introduce ourselves to Switzerland. That's the country we are going to introduce today. We are going to look at the introduction part of Switzerland. But before I go far, there is some video I'm going to play for you, and you try to see it. Let me try to pick it here. Let me share my screen. I'm going to show you. We are going to look at, it's like tourism. We are going to tour Switzerland just a little, then we shall pick up from there. Let me pick my work. It's from 2. Okay, just give me time, then it's going to start, then we move.
Hello everyone, it's me, your Vijay sir, and welcome to your social science
Mr.
class.
Goroba, can you hear the
Dear
voice?
children, today we are going to learn lesson 9.
Mr. Goroba,
yes,
you can hear?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Case study, tourism and
Okay, let us listen to this video. The information they are going to give us, if at all you have a pen, you note down what they are going to give us, because this case study, we are moving around Switzerland briefly, and we know what is there and what do we mean when we talk about Switzerland. Yeah, okay, let us proceed.
Switzerland, Class 7 Geography. Now first let us learn about the background of Switzerland. Switzerland is a landlocked country in Central Europe. It is surrounded by Austria and Liechtenstein in the east, France in the west, Italy in the south, and Germany in the north. The total area of the country is about 41,293 square kilometers. The country is divided into 26 sovereign cantons. It means, children, a subdivision of a country established for political or administration purposes. Switzerland is a mountainous country. The Alps Mountains are located in the southern and southeastern part of the country, children. Many glaciers are found in these mountains. To the north of the Alps Mountains lies the Swiss Plateau. Most of the population of this country lives in the Swiss Plateau. The Jura Mountains are located to the northwest of the Swiss Plateau. The Rhone, the Rhine, the Ora, and the Thur are the main rivers of Switzerland. All these rivers originate in the Alps Mountains. Switzerland also has many lakes. Lake Geneva, Neuchâtel, Constance, Zurich, and Majori are some important lakes of Switzerland. The climate of Switzerland is moderate. However, the temperatures drop to below freezing point mostly between December and March. July and August are the hottest months. There are 4 official languages in Switzerland. They are German, French, Italian, and Romansh, the language spoken in Grecian canton of Switzerland, children. Many people who work in the cities like to live in the countryside to take advantage of cheaper land and better quality of life. The country is highly urbanized. Development of tourism. Tourism industry in Switzerland began to develop in the early 19th century when the British mountaineers started to come here to climb the main peaks of the Alps Mountains. During this time, the Thomas Cook and the Lund travel companies also started to organize tourist holidays to Switzerland. Switzerland is a picture-perfect destination for those tourists who love the snow-covered mountains, glaciers, and serene lakes. The ideal season for a vacation is spring, summer, and autumn. The peak tourist season is between June and August. However, those who are interested in skiing should visit between December and April. In Europe, Switzerland has the best shopping markets. The country is famous all over the world for the best range of watches. Other things which the tourists can buy as souvenirs, it means, children, a thing that is kept as a reminder of a place, person, or an event. Tourists can buy pottery, crystal items, watches, cuckoo clocks, laces, cowbells, antiques, ski tools, clothes, steel cutlery, wood carvings, Swiss army knives, cheese, wine, jewelry, and chocolates. Tourists can easily shop around in all parts of the country. Switzerland promotes tourism in the country. An excellent and affordable transport system helps tourists to visit places in Switzerland. Besides the top Swiss cuisines, it means, children, a style or a method of cooking makes traveling around Switzerland a reasonable surprise. Some of the most visited places in Switzerland we are going to discuss now. Jungfrau is a glacier in the Alps. It can be reached by the train from Interlaken. The Jungfrau railway station is the highest railway station in Europe. An observatory called Sphinx Observatory is located here. Children, watch this video for a virtual tour to Jungfrau in Switzerland.
Okay, as we have seen that video, I think, let me hope you have enjoyed the video and you have tried to tour around Switzerland. And in the chat room, there is someone called Mitch. She said, she inboxed me, someone asked me, according to my information, Switzerland is a SWAT. She's talking about a SWAT. Okay, yeah, I know these words, they disturb you. A SWAT, for the country you are talking about a landlocked country formed within South Africa. And that country at that time, it was called Swaziland. Not Switzerland, it was called Swaziland. Let me hope I have answered you. Now, Mitch, you asked about that. So this country is not Switzerland, it is called Swaziland. That time it was called Swaziland, now the name, it is changed. Even right now, they are in riots. They are rioting against their king, Mswati. Yeah, they are rioting, but that's the country. It's called Swaziland, not Switzerland. Let me hope I have cleared you. Now, we have seen that video, but one thing we need to know about Switzerland, Switzerland is divided into three. It is divided into three physical regions. Now, I'm going to use a cross-section to define them very well. Assuming this is our cross-section. Here at the beginning, on the western side, we have the Jura. Let me draw some here. Then as you come in the middle, we have the Swiss Plateau. Then at the eastern side, that we have the Alps. Assuming this is the cross-section. Now, here we have the Jura region. Then this one, we call it the Swiss Plateau. Let me get my chalk. Plateau. Then here we have the Alps. And the Alps here we are seeing the Jura and the Alps are mountains. So we can say that these people are formed, majority of the people are formed in the Swiss Plateau. The Swiss Plateau is like, let me first put some light here. It wants to rain. Okay, I don't have power this side. So let me hope you can still see my blackboard very well. So now we are looking at the Jura, the Swiss Plateau, and the Alps. So that's how Switzerland is divided. It's divided into three physical or relief regions. We have the Juras. The Juras are mountain ranges. Then the Swiss Plateau is like that. Then we have the Alps. The Alps are taller than the Jura. All of them, they are mountains, but they are of different level. Now, I need to get one person. I need to get one person to read for us here. Let me share my work here. I need one person to read for us so that your friends can know. Let me go to the Navisunsa platform. Okay, let me go to the Navisunsa platform. Let me first log in. Then I get one person to read for us. Okay, let me go to the Navisunsa platform and we see the information. For Navisunsa girls, already this work is there in the platform, but other students, we are trying our level best to also create for you this course on the HOPE project so that you can also access the lessons. Yeah, let me go there.
Mr. Namdala, as of now,
yes,
we have enabled access at this time, so we can share the link those who want to get there directly.
Okay.
But first,
Okay, I just wanted one person to read for us the introduction. Here, I pick one person. So Mr. Goroba, you can help me to pick one person of your choice to read for us here the introduction here, so that we can be able to hear. Those people who put up their hands, so Mr. Goroba, you can help us to pick one person, you ask her or his name. Yeah.
Namaganda, unmute.
Switzerland is a small landlocked country located in Central Europe. It is strategically located, bordered by Germany in the north, France in the west and northwest, and Austria in the east. It covers a total land area of 40,000 square. The country has few with natural resources, especially minerals, but it is one of the industrialized countries of Western Europe.
Okay, thank you very much. As you have seen, one of the things we need to know about Switzerland is a landlocked country. And when they talk about that it is strategically located, it means that it is surrounded by rich countries like France, Germany, Austria, and other countries. Then here they are saying it has few natural resources, especially minerals. There are no, but it's one of the industrialized countries, one of the developed industrialized countries in Europe. Now, as we have introduced ourselves to certain features, let me get one person also to read for us these notes about the Central Plateau or the Swiss Plateau. Mr. Golova, you can select one person of your choice, because for me, when I'm sharing, it's not easy for me to balance.
Juliana. Juliana, unmute yourself.
We are here.
All right. I'm Juliana. I'm Karen Juliana from Sam Memorial College, Maganjo. The Central Plateau or Swiss Plateau. The Swiss Plateau is a north east to southwest corridor of lower land between the Swiss Plateau covers a total land area of about 30% in Switzerland. Reading task: review the following article about the Swiss Central Plateau. Describe the characteristics of the Central Plateau. Identify the economic activities in the Central Plateau. Characteristics of the Central Plateau. The region slopes downwards towards the northeast. The region is made up of sediments which build up from the Alps, Jura, and I can't see the last one. Much of the plateau is undulating and is covered by fertile marine material. The average altitude is about 580 meters above sea level. It contains large lakes such as Constance and Lake Geneva. The region as total in the country. Economic importance of the Switzerland Plateau region. Urbanization and trade, since the largest percentage of the population is found in urban centers, Bern, Zurich, Geneva. Industry due to large population offering labor and market. Arable farming due to the low altitude and flat landscape that enables machinery. The crops include maize, wheat, barley, fodder crops, apples, pears, shears, and more rearing due to rich pastures and fodder crops that support large herds products. Fishing due to presence of lakes such as Constance, Geneva. Thank you, teacher.
Mr. Namdala, unmute. Is Mr. Namdala maybe has a challenge with the internet? Let me just check if he's in. If he's, it seems like he may have got a challenge. Okay. So Mr. Namdala, I think has a challenge. I don't see him online. We are not in the same location, so I would like to move on with the discussion. When he manages to get back, we'll pick up from there. So what do we learn from that discussion? What are the characteristics of the different regions? So as I wait for Mr. Namdala, let me log into the platform where he was and then pick up from there. Ladies and gentlemen, a quick announcement. We have sent a form in the chat room for you to register. Why do we say you register? Now, you have seen the content that Mr. Namdala is using. It is in an e-learning platform. Mr. Namdala is back. He's back. The content is in an e-learning platform. So, just one moment. The content is an e-learning platform, and not everyone can access that material. So when you register, we add you to that list, and then you can be able to use that material. So register in the chat room, click that link, then you go on and register. Mr. Namdala, we discovered that you had gone off, and I was asking the participants to register. I did not go forward with the discussion. I was just going to project the screen and show them the subsequent activity. So over to you now. Thank you.
What you are going to help me, right now I'm on my phone. So what you are going to help me, you will help me and share that screen, and you go to that work so that learners can be talking. That at least for me, I remain with my phone as I teach laptop.
Okay.
So you share the screen and we proceed, because my laptop, the battery went down as I had explained. So now I'm on my phone and I need to give you, because I'm also on 40%. So you'll be helping me on that side of managing the sharing of the screen. Then for me, I'll be doing this one. Thank you, Mr. Guru.
You're welcome. Let me share the screen quickly as requested.
Yeah, so you can take us back and we get someone. We were on the, we were still on the Swiss Plateau on the side. Okay. When you look at it, was on the Central Plateau. Okay. Yeah, that's where we were. Just, okay. As she was reading for us, that student, and that's good. She was still on the arable farming due to low altitude and flat landscape. Yeah, we are looking at economic activities which are taking place in the, we are looking at the economic activities which are taking place in the Swiss Plateau. Now, Mr. Goloba, you can help me and we go to the Jura. We go to the Jura, then you select for me someone to read for us. Yeah, to read for us the Jura. Thank you, Mr. Goloba. We need one person from any school. You read for us. We need a boy. Don't we have boys here to read for us? Because all the people who are reading for us, they are girls. And I know girls are good in reading. Yeah, but also we need gentlemen. Can we show them that we are also fire? If at all we don't have any gentleman, we can proceed with girls and we proceed.
Lapolo, please go ahead. Lapolo.
The region consists of young fold mountain ranges with parallel synclines and anticlines. The fold ranges and
Sorry?
I can't see the work clearly. The things are so small.
They
Zoom your screen. You can zoom your screen as the individual. You can zoom your screen. If at all you are using a phone, you just tap on the screen and zoom.
Oh, teacher, thank you. Mr. Namdala, I can see. The ranges are punctuated or dissected by rivers causing gaps called cluses. The rocks are mainly limestone, which are permeable, allow water to seep through. There are many limestone or karst features like shallow holes, caves, gorges, dry valleys, steep rocky cliffs, breaks, etc. The northern region has a flat-topped plateau. The average height is about 750 meters above sea level. Should I continue?
Yeah, you continue.
Economic activities in the Jura region. The animal rearing is the most important activity for dairy and beef products due to the presence of limestone rocks that lead to infertile soils. However, on the higher slopes, the pastures are poor and only suitable for rearing sheep and goats. The lower slopes are covered with forests, especially pines, and this leads to the development of lumbering activities. Mining is also carried out, especially salt in the valleys and limestone. Tourism industry is also developed due to limestone features such as caves, clints. Manufacturing industry such as watchmaking industry and textiles.
So thank you. Mr. Namdala, we still have you?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, that learner who has helped us to read for us. We are still passing through the introduction part of Switzerland. We are looking at the regions because they are too important in what we are going to be looking at. So people who are writing in our work, please, can you leave it so that we can proceed? I know whatever button you are seeing there, you are trying it, but don't tamper with any button you see on your screen. Now we have seen the Swiss Plateau and what is done in the Swiss Plateau. We are looking at the Jura and what is done in the Jura. Then the next thing here we are going to look at, Mr. Golova, you can help us and you tap on the Alps so that we get someone to read for us and we know what is in the Alps. Then we proceed. Thank you. Also, we need one person to raise the hand. Hey, mine, I had forgotten to put it down.
Rodney,
you can read for us.
Rodney.
Switzerland is divided into three main relief stroke physical regions, which include the Central Plateau stroke the Swiss Plateau, the Jura, the Alps. Video watch activity. Watch the video, the Swiss Alps by then the link. Then number one, identify the physical characteristics of the Alps region. What economic activities take place in the region? Number three, identify the problems faced by people living in the Alps.
So, Mr. Goloba, thank you, Rodin. Mr. Goloba, you can help me and play that video so that they can see what is there in the Alps. Apart from getting the theories from us, you can help me and you play that video so that they can be able to see.
By the memories they earned with today's hike.
Oh, just a moment.
I've been coming to Gimmelwald all my life, and it never gets old.
You can see like 5 minutes a little.
With more of the best of Europe. I'm tooting the horn for some of my favorite mountain destinations. It's the classic corners of the Swiss Alps. Thanks for joining us. Switzerland draws travelers from around the world for its legendary mountains. In this episode, we'll see no grand museums, no great cities, just jaw-dropping alpine beauty and the rich and resilient culture of the people who live here. It's a land of dramatic mountains, laced together by scenic train rides and spectacular hikes. Famous peaks are made accessible by thrilling lifts, including the highest in all of Europe. We'll enjoy alpine life, from exploring glaciers to making cheese the old-fashioned way. Switzerland is small, just half the size of Kentucky. While it has great cities, most of the country is rural and mountainous. We start in Zermatt, at the Matterhorn, take the Glacier Express train ride, drop in on Appenzell, and finish in the Berner Oberland, riding lifts to the Jungfrau and the Schilthorn. Zermatt, at the foot of the Matterhorn, was essentially built for enjoying the Alps. It's hugely popular with skiers in the winter and hikers in the summer. With its many lifts, it's a springboard for countless trails and unforgettable viewpoints. The weather's great, and we're hopping a train to one of the most dramatic views in all the Alps. The Gornergrat Cogwheel train has been wowing visitors since 1898.
Okay, you can stop there. Then I
Sweeping
explain a
views,
little.
first of the town of Zermatt.
You can hop in and end there. Yeah, you can stop sharing then so that they come back on the blackboard. Okay, as you have seen, we have looked at those regions. I know my screen right now it is dark because this side it wants to rain, but I know we can continue and proceed. Yeah, we are looking at these regions. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Mr. Grover, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and we see you clearly. Your body is still clear. Don't worry about it.
And you know when I'm using my phone, people, they try to call.
But your screen is still clear enough.
Pardon?
Your screen is still clear. So don't worry about this.
Yeah, and the challenge now I'm having, these people who are calling me, they are disturbing me. Okay. Now, as you see that we have looked at these regions, the Jura, the Swiss Plateau, and we have looked at the Alps. So Mr. Gorowa, I know on your YouTube, these people, they want to know how the Alps, we have said the Jura and the Alps. Mr. Gorowa, in there, your background, you can hold me and you look for a video on YouTube where they talk about formation of fold mountain. So you can look for a video about fold mountain of formation. There is some video, if at all you can share, I can tell you the video which I need because I know it is common, fold mountains.
I go to YouTube.
So we are going to look at simply for today, we are going to look at how this Jura and the Alps, how they were formed, because we know they are fold mountains. When we talk about fold mountains, what do we mean? As you hear the word fold mountain. So we are going to get a video from Mr. Golova. I know Mr. Golova can help us to access YouTube because on the phone is like I cannot do it. Then you share for us fold mountain formation in YouTube so that these learners can be able to see the video on how the fold mountain was formed. There is some video. You try to scroll down. This one, the second one. The second one, it's nice. That one. Thank you. You play for us that one, and they be able to see how fold mountains were formed.
Mountains.
Mr. Glover, did you share
Fold
the sound?
mountains are formed when the layers of the Earth's crust
Pardon? Is the sound okay?
It's okay.
Okay.
are folded by compression. To make your own fold mountains with the help of...
Just a moment. A moment. Okay.
Fold Mountains. Fold mountains are formed when the layers of the Earth's crust are folded by compression. To make your own fold mountains with the help of some hand towels, lay 10 hand towels on a flat surface and place 2 shoe boxes on each side like shown here. Push the shoe boxes towards the center as shown. This activity shows us how fold mountains are formed when forces move towards a common center. The Aravali Range in India is an example of old fold mountain. It was formed over 250 million years ago and has gentle slopes and low altitude due to weathering over time. The young fold mountains were formed comparatively recently, about 25 million years ago. These mountains are rugged and lofty. They comprise the world's highest mountain ranges like the Alps of Europe and the Himalayas of Asia.
Okay. Thank you.
It's a common...
Mr. Namdala? Are you there?
Okay, I'm there. You can spotlight me so that everyone can be seeing me on the screen. Okay. I think you have seen the video. Let me try to explain it little in our chalkboard way. They are saying that these folded mountains, fold mountains, they were formed as a process called folding. A folding, let us use the normal language we have, like the way you have seen you fold something. So now, when you say folding, it means that it was folded. And they were formed by only one process, and that process is called compression forces. Assuming, and remember, they are formed after the deposition of different segments, layers of different, sorry, assuming here I'm having, these are different layers, these are different layers. So there are some forces. Here we are not going to talk about compression. I know someone may ask me, when we talk about folded mountains, how they were formed. Do we use folded mountain? Do we use tension forces? No, here we don't use tension forces, because when we say you are folding something, you have to push inside. That's why here we are not going to talk about tension forces. Here we are going to talk about compressional forces only. And compression forces, those are the forces the forces which are pushing inside. Now, after the forces they push, they forced this area or this land to form wrinkles. Something like wrinkles. Different layers, they were folded and they formed wrinkles. As you see, here we still have this layer. Then we have X, 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 X. Then we have 0. So now they formed the hills and the valley. Now, the hills in this language, when we come to fold mountains, they are called the ant-clined. Then the valley, when we come to folded mountains, is called the sea-inclined. But when we go to faulting, the valley, it will be called the Rift Valley. Then the hill, it will be called the Block Mountain. It depends on which process. Let me hope I'm clear. I'm seeing some people are putting up their hands and I don't know why. Okay, I'm seeing Josephine. I think for right now, what I'm seeing, we are remaining with few minutes. As you see here already, that's how the Alps and the Jura, how they were formed. It's just a simple process. You remember about folding, that they were folded, different layers, segments were folded, pushed in, then they formed wrinkles, then forming the what? The Alps and the Jura. Okay. Yeah, I think for Mr. Goloba, you can guide me. Should I end here? Because when I look at the time, at least we have done some introduction about Switzerland, and we have looked at the regions. We have tried to tour around different areas in Switzerland using videos. So today we have looked at the physical regions. We have looked at the physical. We have looked at the physical regions in Switzerland. Then we have looked at the first one. We looked at the Swiss Plateau. Then we looked at the Jura Mountains. Then we looked at the Alps. Also, they are mountains. Unless when we have a burning question about the introduction, I think I can take some questions from some learners who are willing to say something. Yeah, Mr. Goloba, you can help me and you get the questions. But for today's lesson, I think we are going to end here. The good thing, we have introduced ourselves to Switzerland, and we looked at the physical regions, and we are going to proceed next time with other things. Yeah, Mr. Goloba, I think we can take some questions or anything from any learner from any school. Mr. Goloba, now you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Namdala, for that exposition. Could you kindly write your phone number on the board?
My phone number on the board, okay. I'm going to give you the WhatsApp one. It is 0706. Let me start from this side so that you can see it. It is 0706 74 68 16. That's my number.
And I have typed your number in the chat room. Whoever has missed it, it's in the chat room as well.
So you can inbox me for more information and guidelines in the program. Yeah.
Thank you. That is one.
Yeah, I think they can. I can forward them in WhatsApp than the MK one.
Okay. Thank you. We are coming to the end. So I would like to first of all use this time to have questions and comments in. Let me start with Boviana, Josephine. Boviana, please go on. Boviana, your mic is open now. Boviana, okay. As Boviana prepares, let's have Mr. Mbayo. Mr. Mbayo is a teacher, and I see his hand is up. Mr. Mbayo, please go on.
Thank you so much, Mr. Goloba Ayub, and I want to thank Mr. Namudala Abubeka for such a wonderful presentation. At that time, I raised up my hand. I wanted to contribute something on the formation of fold mountains. Basically, fold mountains form when fairly young sedimentary rocks are subjected to compressional forces. Now, these sedimentary rocks, being fairly young, they are soft. Now, when subjected to compressional forces, they fold. To fold is to bend. Another word for folding is bending. So once exposed, once subjected to compressional forces, instead of breaking, the way it would happen in faulting, this one is just a fold. I want a student there to get a piece of paper and hold one end, hold using two hands, and then push the hands together. You realize that the paper will fold. The sides will go up, whereas the center will go down. And now we call those ones anticlines and synclines. Now, in the sense of Switzerland, the other side of the Jura are anticlines and the Alps are anticlines, whereas the Central Plateau, or what we call the Swiss Plateau, are synclines. I just wanted to make that simple contribution. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Goloba and Mr. Namudala.
Thank you, Mr. Ambayo. I see Christine's hand is up. Christine, please, you have the floor, Christine.
Yes.
Christine, your network is off. Let's give you a minute. We are not able to pick you. Try again, Christine. Oh, okay, Christine, sorry. Let's check CFSU. Kindly rename yourself. CFU, could you go on? CFU.
Yeah, thank you. I simply wanted to ask the teacher to summarize on the Swiss Plateau.
Okay, thank you. Summarize about the Swiss Plateau.
I wanted the teacher.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Good question. What is the Swiss Plateau like? Thank you. Let me just comment quickly. The Swiss Plateau, we said, is the central area. Plateau means it is generally flat, but it is raised. So a plateau is a flat but raised area. So it is the one that is in between the two high areas, the Jura on one hand and the Alps on the other. So the Swiss Plateau is raised, but generally flat. It is the area which has the most economic activities. So most of the farming, the industry, the settlement takes place in that area because it is favorable for those activities. So thank you. Because of time, I'm going to end it at that. Again, we do have a full resource of this material, which you can read on your own. That's why we are asking you to register so that we can create accounts for you so that by next lesson, you have read through that material. So thank you very much for that question. Would like to go to now to Kisha. Kisha, please unmute.
I wanted to ask, what is the biggest water body in the Rhinelands?
What is the biggest water body in the Rhinelands?
Right.
I am not sure I know that one. Do other teachers know? But there is someone who knows. It's called Mr. Google. But let me first check if another person knows. Okay, I really do not know the biggest water body. And so we shall use Mr. Google to research. I would like to have a volunteer student who will answer that question next week. We meet again on Thursday at the same time. Would like to see if we have a volunteer who will answer that question. Okay, I'm looking for the hand. Is Namatovu, you want to answer that question next week? Namatovu, thank you. You will answer that question for us next week. But at this time, Namatovu, could you unmute and then tell us what you wanted to say? Namatovu. Namatovu, try unmuting. I'm sending you another message, Namatovu. Okay, we haven't been able to get Namatovu. Let's end with Namaganda. I thought your hand was up earlier. Maybe you have another issue. Namaganda. Okay. Okay. So the question, which is people asking, could you repeat the question? She said, what is the biggest water body in the Rhinelands? And we said that next week, Namatovu is going to answer that question for us. The rest of you kindly be ready, research as well. At this time, as we approach the end, I would like us to do a few housekeeping things. Number one, thank you for tuning in. Number two, we have e-learning platforms where we put the content. I'm going to show you one of them today. I'll highlight another. Today, I'll let you navigate through one of them. So for a few hours, you'll enjoy going through that platform. The other one, where I will do most of the learning, is being prepared, and it will be available by next week. So I'll take the time to take you through that. Okay, but I see Amina Sasha seems to have something that she really, really wants to say. Amina.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
I wanted to ask about the registration. Do we use our Nabisunsa emails or our personal emails?
Okay. If you are a Nabisunsa, you don't have to register. Oh no, register just to know that you attended, but you can already access all these resources. So if you're in Nabisunsa, you already are registered to access the materials. Your registration is only to show that you came in. So feel free to use your personal email address, because you already have access using the other email address. Thank you very much. So your registration for Nabisunsa is only to show that you attended the lesson. Then we see K. You'll be the last for now.
Okay. My question is like, shall we be able to access like these lessons to those who have not accessed them, or is it going?
What did you say, Kay? Okay. Okay, please try to, let me try again. Unmute. Okay. Unmute.
What I was saying, shall we be able to get those lessons who aren't on the it won't be possible?
One, thank you. You'll be able to get the lessons on the internet. We have recorded this lesson. Let me share with you the link. But
what about that? What about the registration? I thought you were going to go to the WhatsApp.
Okay. Now, let me explain. This material that we are using, you've seen it has video, it has images, it has notes. That content is in a website, which we call management system. When you register, we will have your email. That system uses email, and that detail is not the one that we have on WhatsApp. And those who are, not everyone who is in the WhatsApp group has attended or is interested. So only those who are interested are the ones who have attended today. That's why we are registering and creating accounts for them. That's why. Okay. Allow me now to show you a few of these things so that you see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm sharing one of them here. Let me go to first Nabisunsa. I sign out here. So you go to the internet. When you go to the internet, you go to google.com. Mr. Namdala, is my screen visible?
Yes, we can see you very well.
So when you go to Google, you type in Nabisunsa Girls School. You type it in. When you type Nabisunsa Girls School, then it will bring Nabisunsa Girls School e-learning platform. You click it. This is going to be available for 2 hours only today. When you click, you scroll. Then you are going to see the subjects. You'll scroll like this. You look for a subject called geography. So it's geography. This information we have put in Senior 2 Geography. So you click Senior 2 Geography. It will open. If it asks you to register or to log in as a guest, click yes. But this is going to work between now and for the next 2 hours. After those 2 hours, it will not allow you in anymore. Now, we then go to geography books. When we go to geography books, now this is what the Nabisunsa girls are able to access easily. So you click geography books, and then you'll see the book. You'll enlarge it a bit, and then the materials are here. There is a video to introduce
through the cold period, visiting the toy.
Then you can navigate to the different sections. You have an activity, you have a question, so you can go through slowly by slowly. All the things we shall be teaching about Switzerland are here. The video we are showing you, the maps we are talking about, the notes are available. So you can be able to access that material. We are saying register so that we can create an account for you on the open side of Nabisunsa, or as we shall be preparing, because we are preparing another one on the Holistic e-learning program platform. The platform where I'm saying that it will be ready is help.sc.ug. Again, you go to the internet, but this time you type the word help, like help me, help.sc.school, those 2 letters, sc.ug. Then you click enter. It will bring you to this website here. So when it brings you to this website, there is geography, S2 geography. You click S2 geography. This platform has not fully been set up for you to register. So we will be working on your registration. We will work on the registration, create accounts for you so that by next week you are ready. So then you log in. We shall give you your account, you log in. Then when you go to geography, again, you'll go to e-library and books. When you go to the library, you'll find the same resource as the one we have in Nabisunsa. You'll be able to read that material. I think now you understand the need for you to register so that you can always find that material. That is number one. Second resource that I would like to introduce to you is our YouTube channel. The content that we have been working with is also on YouTube, and would like to encourage you to visit the channel. So you go to youtube.com. When you go to youtube.com, it will bring the interface like this. Then you type in the search Nabisunsa Live. So you type Nabisunsa Live, then you open. Now you will see the Nabisunsa channel. Now you can see already Nabisunsa personal meeting room and other materials. So you like the channel. Here it is saying live now. This information we are seeing today is already on YouTube. So this bring the interface like this. Then you type, okay.
Mr. Goro,
Yes,
Mr.
please.
Goro, even inform them that on that platform, when they subscribe on Nabisunsa Live, right now we are having only geography, but they are going to be able to see even others lessons from other teachers. So Nabisunsa is going to be teaching and it's going to be putting the lessons for Form 2s, Form 1 and Form 3 on that one. So you can be watching the recorded lessons.
Thank you.
For Nabisunsa.
So if you go to Nabisunsa Live, you subscribe, you hit this button here. which says subscribe. When you click it and then you click another one, like a bell, it means anytime we put material on the platform, on Nabisunsa platform, on the YouTube channel, you'll get a message, a notification on your system that we have put material. When we say subscribe, we don't say that we're asking for money. You just click it such that if we put material, it will show on your computer. I see that the chat room is busy. There are quite a number of comments and I haven't read them. So I'm going to take some moment and read the comments in the chat room at this time. If you have a question, raise your hand. I see Kings has already put up his hand. But was that K, the original K? If you put the hand up accidentally, I've lowered it, you can put it back up if you are talking about an issue that I have not yet captured. My phone number, 772-592826. I've already put it in the chat room. Mr. Namdala has given his phone number. We would like to end it at this time. If we have a burning comment, we will take it. But we will meet again Wednesday. It is the same address, same login information, the one that you used to do, you have to log in today. Talk to your friends, let them join. We are doing it as volunteers, and we are delighted to have you here. Before you go, we will ask you to put up, to fire your videos so that we can just have a picture. But let's take Namatovu quickly. Namatovu had a big issue, I think. Namatovu, please unmute. Namatovu.
Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting us.
You're welcome.
Chair Major, I just wanted to give an ending prayer.
Okay.
Can I start saying it out?
Let's first see if Kings has something else to say before you say the prayer. But don't hang up, don't mute. Let Kings say something quickly and then you do the ending prayer.
Okay.
Okay. Don't go off.
Okay.
My question was answered.
Your question was answered.
Master, my question was answered.
Okay. And after the prayer,
yes, in the last word you have just said, thank you. I thank you for the services.
After the prayer, we shall switch on our videos and then we take a snap. Okay. Namatov, please go on.
Let us humble ourselves for the word of God. In the name of the Father, and the dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the time that you have given our new teachers to guide us during this lockdown. During this lockdown, I can't be everywhere, but you can. Please watch over my friends, teachers, families, and everyone. Please protect them and keep them safe from me. Through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. So kindly switch on your microphone. Okay, switch on the video. And then I'm going to unmute you so that the sound can come out. You can unmute yourselves, wave, make some noise so that we know that it's a live environment.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank you, teacher. Yeah, man.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Bye,
Please
teacher.
have the microphone.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. We meet again on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher. The next lesson is on Wednesday or Thursday.
It is on Thursday.
Oh, when is the lesson?
The lesson is on Thursday at 2:30. And hopefully by that time, we will have created your account so that when you come, we can give you the accounts and you are able to access the materials as we teach. Creating the accounts in due course. We are fixing a few issues that we had with the system so that you can be able to access and study with us. Otherwise, thank you. We shall be closing in the next 3 minutes. I'll be switching off the
Thank you, Master. We have been Master.
Should we log off?